If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles.
I have enjoyed another night of peaceful sleep, unlike other players on the map, but it has calmed down. Nothing much has changed except that now eastern Mexico is almost utterly beaten. He is going on a rogue suicide mission, trying to deal as much damage as he can. He is using the terrain. As you can see, he's putting medium tanks on planes. He's actually solidifying his terrain. He's putting rocket artillery in the hills, surrounded by tanks or melee units just on the dot here with the planes where they get bonus. Same here, but it's hills, so actually this stack with the artillery in it should be over here in the hills, and the stack with the tanks should be in the plains. Then he can use all his province bonuses. It looks like he's gonna sell his life dearly, and unfortunately it's gonna be impossible for Western Mexico to ignore this, so they're gonna have to negotiate or he's gonna lose a lot of troops. Mexico City is amassing here on the border. I don't know if he's going to help either Eastern Mexico or if he's going to attack Eastern Mexico. We're gonna see. Florida is under attack. Cuba has now boots on the ground, and here is a silly thing happening. Check this out. All the troops taken at sea. A large army that could have served a good purpose. I mean, the game is unranked, man. Fight until the end. And then he has his other stack here which is severely damaged, and he's gonna try to put it over here in Grand Cayman Island that is now Cuban. Yeah, I don't really understand what he is trying to do, but we'll see. Maybe he will succeed, right? Alabama has been expanding quite a lot. So you got Alabama, who is practically surrounding North Carolina. However, is he in war with North Carolina, which is another question. He is not in war with North Carolina. He's not in war with Pennsylvania neither. But then this is still Ohio. It's difficult to with the colors. You have Alabama here. You still have Ohio here, who owns a couple of provinces. And then here you have Pennsylvania. It looks like Pennsylvania is going for North Carolina. And then we have here a weird thing. We have got North Quebec troops over here. I can't remember exactly if North Quebec and North Carolina were playing together in the same coalition. North Quebec hasn't done a lot during this game, mainly attacking AI, that's it. He's been staying in his corner of the island. Might be a smart move actually, as the big fight will be here in the south once the Mexicos and Colombias and Cuba will push south, and then you have the large war here in the middle of the map. He's outside of it all. He might actually survive the map without getting into much of a big fight. Saskatchewan has been land grabbing as usual. He is taking as much as of Minnesota as he can. We've got still British Columbia, who is here, West British Columbia, sorry, who is still biding his time with a lot of artillery. Actually, with not a lot of artillery, just one artillery, but a lot of units in the mountains. He makes his stand. And then we have another player with a small problem. His name is Arizona, right over here, because Arizona is landlocked, has no navy, and there is still South California here. There is still 7 units protected by 3 battleships, so there's no way he can take this. Arizona is going to have to wait until California is AI, so that he starts moving his troops and his battleships. If not, this will be a hard nut to crack. For the rest, nothing much has happened. There is a weird thing happening, however. You have the militia of Wyoming, who is still raging on over here. There was an infantry over here, and we have a unit here of Utah, which is in Wyoming. I don't understand, because the two countries are at war, Wyoming took over Cedar City, but there is a Utah unit in it. I mean, this is so weird. What is happening? I mean, this is Utah. Two nations are at war or are supposed to be at war. If not, they made peace. It's very weird. Wyoming, they are at war. What is going on? How is it possible that Wyoming with the militia can beat an infantry or ignore the infantry? Actually, it must be a bug. Then you also have here the tactical bombers that never attack the militia. The militia is stealth, however, so if there is no interceptor in it, there is an interceptor in it, but the interceptor is level 1 and the militia is level 2, so they can't see it, so they didn't attack it. He can't actually see this militia, so that makes sense. However, Utah has an infantry unit, or I don't know which unit. Utah has a unit in Wyoming, or it must be a plane, but I can't see it even though I have shared the maps. So that's kinda weird. Okay, I have no clue what is happening. If you know what is happening, let me know in the comments. Here pretty much stayed the same. Here there's still a big war raging on here in the northeast of America. And that's pretty much it. Time for me to go to work. Alright, we are now 4 hours into day 7. As you can see, the map hasn't changed that much. However, when you zoom out, you can see very large differences. We're gonna zoom out into Pennsylvania. He has had a great advantage of North Carolina being deleted. He has taken a lot of territory. Alabama has reclaimed a little bit of its part, but very minimal. Pennsylvania is attacking like a madman. He is also finishing off South Quebec, which wasn't that active. It looks like South Quebec has given up entirely, which is also an explanation why Pennsylvania had such high kill-death ratios versus South Quebec. Same is counting here for South Carolina. We've got Pennsylvania here, who is building a superpower. He is also ranked number 1 with 240 points, followed by Mexico City, East Montana, and 4th place we've got Laga playing Saskatchewan, which is the partner of Ivan Bukovic playing Pennsylvania. If you look now where both of them are situated on the map, we have Saskatchewan, who is here central in the north, and we've got Pennsylvania over here. If Saskatchewan attacks West Ontario and Pennsylvania attacks North Quebec, the two of them will connect from all the way northwest, all the way to the northeast, up to the east coast. If they manage to do this, they could sweep down this whole central part here. Another coalition is East Montana and Kansas, who are faring very well with the difficult position on the map being in the center. Their third coalition member, however, which is West British Columbia here in red, is faring less good. He still has a couple of units left, not that much, 17, but he has connected now with East Montana and can be protected, and now he can harass the enemy more efficiently. Alaska has now kicked out West Quebec out of his core provinces. All that leaves him is Victoria Island, and it looks like he's not really taking the risk to attack it, but units are gathering. However, also here we've got submarines and such from Washington, who is still biding his time, or was biding his time, because finally he has gone into action against Saskatchewan, which is a very great move because they can't let Saskatchewan join up with Pennsylvania. East Montana is in war here with West Montana in white. Also Oregon here in gray is taking parts of the land. So far, Oregon here hasn't participated in the war over here. Washington neither, as he's being occupied with Saskatchewan. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. Popular tactic we have seen a lot here on this map is armored cars. They're cheap, they're fast, they're good units in defense, hold their own in an attack as well. Powered up by artillery stacks, protected by anti-tank and infantry. Never forget to protect your artillery with anti-air. We've got, however, Saskatchewan, who is trying to sneak through the core provinces of West Montana to fall upon the cities here of Washington. And Washington will be up for a surprise. Why? Because all his cities are empty. However, he's moving a couple of units. I think it must be an armored car to the front over here. So he will spot it, but he won't be able to do anything about it. One armored car versus 3. We all know how this ends. So far, Washington has done well for himself. He has just taken its piece of the pie without entering in war, but now he has decided to go all in against Saskatchewan. Not a wise move, because both Northwest Territories and Alaska will be able to fall upon his undefended core provinces, which is probably going to happen as soon as these units here are upgraded. Also here we have another large artillery stack. Players have been overstacking boats to protect themselves against other players overstacking and also against air attack. Kansas, his ally here, hasn't joined the fight yet because he has tougher nuts to fry. He is attacking Utah. However, Utah is also in war with Arizona. So Utah here is fighting both against Arizona and Kansas. But then we have Arizona, who is also fighting against West Texas. So all players are fighting multiple wars at the same time, together with different temporary allies. They are taking every measure to be able to survive, to see it through the end of the map.